Alright everybody, welcome to the first ever BGTC podcast. I am here with Maddie and Ayla, and we're going to be talking about anime today, and a disputed term, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, manga or manga?
Manga.
Okay, so we got those. We're going to talk about that. We're going to be finding out what they're interested in, why they're interested in it, what's the best anime, maybe what's the worst anime, and we'll have ourselves a nice little debate, nice little conversation about it. I'm going to start with asking you guys a very simple question. What is your favorite anime show?
My favorite is Sword Art Online. It was the first one I ever watched, and it's just great.
Okay. Ayla, how about you?
I've watched a lot of anime, and I gotta say, there's so many to choose from. But I think I have to agree with Maddie. Sword Art Online is one of the best animes I've ever seen.
Okay, so I think for me, I gotta find out from you guys what makes anime so popular. I've quickly learning like in the teen center, specifically with girls. It seems like teenage girls are obsessed with anime, not just even for the show, but I've noticed a lot of you guys have like crushes on the characters too. So I gotta ask. What is it with? So we'll start with Maddie. Why are you guys so obsessed with anime?
Well,
I would say obsessed,
okay,
or in love. How about we'll call it in love?
Okay,
in love
so
with the anime.
First of all, like it's very unique. So like it's this very specific style of, I guess, cartoon, like quotations, and it's not like most things, and it's its own thing, and it's really fun because, like, the girl characters, you want to be them, you want to dress up as them, you want to put your hair that way. I mean, everybody wants their hair to be that way. It's a cartoon, it's kind of hard to do that. And then the guys, I mean, depending on their personalities, if they're like the guys that aren't in real life, the ones that are for the girls, and then they're all about, the good things about guys that all girls want, and, of course, anime drawing guys just makes them look hot.
Yeah, like you don't even. Okay.
No, I want to know. I don't know. You're right. You're gonna say I don't even know, but I want to know. Why are they? So I hear from Maddie that it's kind of back to that they treat girls the right way. It's more of like that Disney Prince thing where they actually do the right things for. They're not like real boys.
There's a lot of like dramatic things that go on, like in Vampire Night. Zero is like. He loves Yuki, but he's like, he doesn't want to hurt her, and it's like, it's not all about the physical or like anything like that. It's just like the emotion and the intensity in the anime between the guys and the girls.
The background on Vampire Night is Zero is a vampire and doesn't want to hurt his little lady by drinking her blood.
Okay.
Yet he can't stand to be away from her. But yeah, I agree with Maddie, and what you said about the like Prince fairy tale thing. That's the thing about anime guys. See, the thing is, it's made up, meaning the guys can be as perfect as the creators want. So
even though there is some guys who in anime that are supposed to be the jerks, but I mean.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
If these guys, okay, you'd think that they're supposed to be the bad guy. We love them anyway.
Oh, you guys like the bad
the bad guys, and there's like no way you cannot make them like they
amazing.
Draw you in, even if they're bad or if they're good. They just kind of draw you in. You're like, oh,
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so I'm gonna throw a name out there that I've heard from the girls a lot. I don't know, not necessarily from YouTube, but I've heard the name Levy.
Oh my God.
Captain Levi. Captain Levi. Okay, Attack on Titan. Captain Levi is he's hot-headed. He is very hot. He is short. Mainly why he's hot-headed is because he's short. And
So does he get like made fun of for being short, or is that like he has a temper?
If you want to be killed, sure, you can make fun of him.
Oh, okay. I'll leave him alone.
He's like the best out of. Okay, they live in a world riddled with titans
that are like giant human-like monsters that eat humans.
That eat humans, and
it's very gruesome.
Yeah, it's very gruesome anime, but amazing one. And their only way to survive is to kill these titans, and their army is based on killing these titans, and he's the best of the best.
Okay, so you agree with this?
Yes. I think there's no other... More words wouldn't be able to describe.
You can't describe how awesome he is.
It's not just... I've heard a couple teens talk about Levi, so I assumed...
Yeah.
Alright,
By the way, for anybody who's listening, this is what's the word for? This is like giving away something.
Oh yeah,
so
spoilers.
Alright, spoiler alert, I guess.
Spoilers alert.
So
We're gonna spill them.
With that, I'm gonna ask. I think the only... I don't know if you guys would even classify anime. Would you guys classify Dragon Ball Z
Yes.
as anime? Okay, do either one of you guys like Dragon Ball Z?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either. I'm into like the ones that are either really action-packed or like kind of like fantasy, but not like the ones that a lot of boys would be liking, more of the girl style, and then a lot of
Shoujo.
the lovey-dovey ones.
Romance.
The romance ones.
Romance.
So describe that then. What's a boy anime that you would say, and what's like a girl anime?
Well, like
what's...
I'm not. I guess like I'm not dissing any girls who like these animes as well. I mean, it's perfectly fine. I'm just not into it. But like games that could be turned into card games, kind of like Pokemon or like that kind of thing. They're kind of like you kind of have to follow with that, and it's not. I don't know. It just kind of doesn't really catch my attention.
Well, actually, Maddie, I kind of disagree with you. I don't think that like Dragon Ball Z. Like I know a bunch of girls that love Dragon Ball Z. I think the main reason why neither of us have seen Dragon Ball Z, like those kind of animes, like Cowboy Bebop. Haven't seen that one, have you? Yeah, we haven't seen that either, but I think that one isn't really like gender specific. I think it's more generation specific. Dragon Ball Z has been around for a long time, and I know Cowboy Bebop is like also one of like the older ones. The ones we're talking about, Attack on Titan came out last year.
So you're telling me
Sword
I'm
Art
old.
Online. Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Sorry.
Everybody I knew that watched anime. I mean, I've watched some Dragon Ball Z. I can actually name characters and like say I like that guy. Cowboy Bebop. The only reason I know about that one is because when I was a freshman in high school, I took a Japanese class for language and I was really in love with Cowboy Bebop. So I never actually watched Cowboy Bebop. I have no idea. I just know that it was on Cartoon Network and I don't know anything about that one.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys, do you guys think that anime is super popular with teens because it tackles more adult topics?
No. Well, I mean, I think it can be, but I'm pretty sure I know the reason why anime is so popular with teens, in my own opinion, and I've heard it from other friends, but I don't think it's because of the adult reasons.
Okay, Maddie?
Adult.
I think it's just kind of like a fantasy or like it's just a world away from everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, people dress up as anime characters at like Comic-Cons and it's just, I mean, obviously.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're just like totally out of our universe because it's just totally different. And I think that's just what a lot of people, I guess, really like about it. And teens are just like, I mean, the characters usually in our age group, and it's just like, oh, that's like perfect. Like I want a guy to be like that, or like I want to be like that.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to tackle the negative side of anime.
Uh-oh.
There's a lot of...
What negative side?
Oh, you know about the negative side. Everybody knows that anime has a bad reputation for...
Oh, that negative side.
Yeah.
You mean the awkward part?
The super awkward part, the super part that most parents, when they hear anime, just cringe. Like, they don't want their kids being anywhere around it. I don't know if you can even find it on Netflix. That
You can.
kind of anime.
You
Okay,
can.
so you can find that
Yeah,
anime.
there's...
So,
Easily.
is there...
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's like a subculture of anime that people who like anime don't necessarily like that? Like, it's kind of a thing that certain people like, that it's like their own little group of people. Would you almost say, like, that's not even, like, anime? Like, that's just kind of gross anime.
it's-
I
Like,
think
that's,
it's
definitely
anime, but it's
anime,
like
yeah.
more towards adult anime and not towards like younger kid anime.
Yeah, like, kind of like at the library, how you have the adult section, and then you have the teen section, and you have the kids section. It's kind of like, anime can be broken up into that too. Like, there's the kids section, like Squid Girl. Okay, I know a lot of people, like teens, love Squid Girl, but I'm just gonna say it's kind of kiddie. Okay?
Okay.
And then there's, like, the teen section, probably more along the lines fairy tale.
Sword Art Online.
Sword Art Online. And then there's, like, a very, very thin borderline that's always moving from teens and adults. Like, Attack on Titan. A lot of adults would not want their teens watching Attack on Titan because of the gruesomeness. But then again, there's also things like My Bride's a Mermaid. Very, very... She's seen it.
Rated.
I've
Would you
seen,
say
like,
it's kind of rated R beyond?
Closer to there.
Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of close, but like it's really dramatic. I mean, I barely got through the first episode. It's just like
I couldn't get through
you
the
kind of
first
have to follow along, and then you're like, what? And then at first you think it's to be like, oh, cool, it's like a mermaid, and then like maybe the guy like discovers she's a mermaid, and they end up falling in love, but it's nowhere along that line at all. It's like it's like a decade away from that.
It will like start out kind of teen-ish, and then definitely go boom straight into adulthood, like pretty quickly.
So do you think parents should be concerned with their kids watching anime? Because like I said, I know that, like you said, there's a thin line. So how does a parent who doesn't know anything about anime know, like, this is a teen anime or a kid anime, as opposed to, like, all of a sudden they walk in the room and they're like, oh my goodness, this is horrible. Like, I can't believe,
I can't believe you're watching.
Yeah,
What are you watching?
yeah.
What is this?
How does a parent, how would you guys advise parents to go about it? Do they just need to watch it beforehand? Is there somewhere they can go to, like, find out? Like, how would you guys help parents out?
Would like go over the reviews if they absolutely need to know for sure, then watch it themselves. But
that takes a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean it does take time.
Animes are long.
But I mean mainly just like read about it, get as much info on it, get as much info you can on that show before, and then see how it goes.
Okay.
Because, I mean, my dad's okay with me watching whatever as long as it's not, like, rated R and it's just, like, totally out of my zone.
Yeah,
But, like, usually if I'm, like, watching a TV show and I don't watch it I just watch it for the storyline and it just happens to come up on the weirdest scene, then I'm going to skip it or skip that episode, of course, because there's, like, I mean, I've seen this anime where, like, one episode was just that weird episode that it just had to be that weird episode and I skipped it. But it's like, I mean...
Okay.
Just kind of have to get enough info on it.
So when I was a teen, I'm trying to think of what I watched. I didn't really watch a lot of cartoon stuff, so I'm trying to think of, how I would relate it to you guys. But I would say one of the things that I've noticed is the costumes and the stuff that's inside of anime shows, often skimpy, would be the way I'd put it.
Well,
do you feel like if you were to compare anime versus a different genre that's, I don't know, just any other cartoon type show that a teen might be into, we'll say like Simpsons or Family Guy, do you feel like...
Sorry.
Well,
Are you so
like,
about those too?
Like, what's the difference?
Would you say parents should be more concerned about Family Guy or anime, like your average anime show?
Family Guy.
Why?
Well...
Your average anime show will have, like, 1 or 2 episodes that are, like, you might have to shield your eyes for 5 minutes, or, like, might brush on it, but the majority of anime is nowhere near, like, I'm gonna use this term, and it's called hentai.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain hentai to everybody who
No,
doesn't?
I don't.
Just in short terms, it means, like, inappropriate.
Yeah, inappropriate adult content.
Yeah, adult content, viewer description advice.
Yeah.
But, like, the average anime will not have that.
Okay.
Family Guy, though, it's everywhere.
Yeah,
it's like you're guaranteed to have at least one of those in every episode of Family Guy. Anime, you're guaranteed to have 5 minutes of those in, like, every other anime.
Okay. How do you girls feel women are portrayed in anime? Because I notice when I see the pictures, when we were at Comic-Con, for instance, I went through and I was looking at one of the booths, and every woman in it seemed to be dressed scantily
Wearing a
clad, bikini, no clothes at all. I mean, it was.
Well, that's the hentai. Okay.
That's the. But how do you guys feel like? So if that's the adult content stuff in the shows like an Attack of the Titans, how would you guys feel like? How do the women get portrayed?
Well, it usually, like on Attack on Titan, the main character's sister, she's like
adopted sister.
Sorry.
Sorry.
She's like the coolest. I mean, she can take down a Titan like on her own, and she's
on par with
she's
Levi.
like smart and like she catches on and learns fast. So she's like the cool or like, and she's really pretty too. But she's like nobody like messes with her. But there's animes like that. But then there's like animes where girls are seen vulnerable or like. Sometimes they're even, they may seem vulnerable, but they're not. But it's just kind of.
So you feel like they're, for the most part, they're portrayed fairly.
Yes, like the same way any other show, like any other genre of show, like you could be watching like normal, like acting shows, like Doctor Who or something, and it could be like one series there's a strong, like dependent woman, and then the other series there's a vulnerable, like it's just like any other genre. It depends on the anime and what the anime is about. If you have like a life or death like Attack on Titan anime, then the girls are definitely gonna rise up, but of course not all of them. There's some that are like, whoa, my gosh, I need to take a step back here, this is all like way over my head, and then there are some that's like ready for the challenge. It's fair, just like you would treat any guy. Like every now and then there's a guy that's like total wimp, and then there are the guys that like Levi that are like totally just like strong and independent. It's depends on the anime, and it's not the same for every anime. Okay. There's definitely no rule on how to treat women or guys.
Alright, so I've heard the good stuff in terms of like the deep stuff. Let's have a little bit of less deep, we'll have a little bit more fun with it. Best anime character who's ever lived or been created.
You can't ask. One does not simply
you have to pick one. You have to pick one. You have to, one must pick.
What if you can't remember their name? Because I'm not good with names.
What?
Not good with names.
Maybe she'll help you.
Yeah,
so,
what anime? I've watched. Unless you say Death Note, I'm gonna like.
Death Note?
Kirito. Oh my god.
Oh, what's his name? Okay. On High School Host
Oh
Club,
my
he
gosh.
is. No, listen.
King?
No, not King.
Tamaki.
No, not Tamaki.
Okay, who?
The strong and silent type.
Mori.
He's perfect.
Naga
perfect.
Suku or something. I'm sorry to anyone who's listening to this.
He's taking care of his cousin. And like he's the total like.
But he never talks.
That's the point.
She likes a guy who doesn't speak. Okay.
Oh
There
my
are
god.
episodes where he speaks and you can, like,
2 sentences.
see whatever.
No,
You
I'm
can
not
tell
even kidding.
like there are things that if his cousin gets like if he doesn't get what he wants, then he like destroys himself, and that he makes himself vulnerable. And
Okay,
that's
that
right.
is
I don't
true.
know.
Yeah, I get what you're
I
saying.
just like that. Okay, don't judge
Okay,
me.
I'm not trying to judge you. I just
Okay, what's
would have
yours?
never thought.
What's yours then?
It's so hard. I gotta say, Usui Takumi from Kaicho wa Maid-sama. If you haven't seen this anime, it's not very big. Watch it. I love it so much. The female character is very strong, and the guy is awesome. He's like one of those guys that will make you laugh, and I guess he doesn't always talk either, but he'll make you laugh, and he teases you a bunch, and he's always there for you. Like, even when you wish he wasn't, he's there for you.
Okay, alright.
We're
So
gonna start getting into specific animes now.
if that's
yes, we
so
will.
those are the best characters. Who's the worst anime character ever? The one that you watched and just said, "Oh my god."
I got it. Okay. I don't remember his name because I never wanted to
That's how
learn
bad
his
he
name.
was?
That's how bad he was. Like,
Yeah.
we were telling you about how some of the villains on anime are like hot backstories. You can't even hate them. This dude is like, I don't even. Okay, I don't know his name.
From what's it?
Our favorite anime, Sword Art Online, SAO.
Oh, is it
the bad guy, headband king person?
Headband.
This dude
That guy, he's
kidnapped the main girl character, kept her in a coma, and then like,
the whole point of Sword Art Online is that it's like they put these helmets on and it's like a virtual game, but
I'm gonna start
you're
crying
asleep. Like in real life, you're wearing this helmet and you're asleep. Well, in the game, the main character falls in love with this girl, and they get married in the
In the
game.
video
And it's
game.
like
In the video
and then
game.
they say like when they get out, they're gonna get together and they're gonna
like
be
meet
in
each
love.
other in real life.
But anyway, when he finally gets out, like 300 of the people that were in the game are still asleep, including her.
200.
Or
Sorry.
like a certain amount are like still asleep, and you don't know, and so like nobody knows
Yeah,
why.
they're still in the coma.
And so they find out she's in another game, and he goes in, and he has to save her. And the guy, he's just creepy as ever. Like he's
a creep.
he's just
psychopath.
psycho
pedophile.
creep. I'm not kidding. Like he's just
No
like
one
the
likes
worst.
this dude.
I don't even remember his name.
No one wants to remember his
the
name.
main character, he hurt him so bad in the game that in the real life he was like,
He took the pain sensors
Yeah,
out of
he
the
took-
game to where, like, when he stabbed him in the stomach,
game,
he felt it.
felt it in the real life. Like that's how.
Brutal.
That's how it was.
So that's
And
the
then
worst.
Not only was he like kidnapping her virtually, he was monopolizing her dad in the real world to get her to marry
I know,
him
and it's
in
like,
the real
they're
world
there-
while she's in a coma.
Right, they're in the hospital room and he's like smelling her hair.
Okay, that's creepy.
Yeah,
Pedophile.
exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's how creepy it was.
Like, her real boyfriend was there, and he's just like, gonna marry her. Like,
Right, they like fall because they end up being in a team and then they just kind of fall in love together and it's just. I mean, that guy was just creepy
No one likes
as
him.
ever.
no one
I'm
will
like,
ever like him.
oh, he like totally took a new thing to creepiness.
Yeah.
So you guys are in agreement. Worst character
Yeah,
ever.
worst
Okay.
character.
Alright.
I changed my last one.
What was your last one? I'm curious.
I don't remember. I don't even remember.
Okay, then we'll do one last one, and then I'm gonna finish it up with a little thing that you guys get to do. Funniest character.
Oh
Yes.
my.
Oh.
This is hard.
Oh, Oran High School Host Club, Kichiru and Kairu.
Hikaru and Karu Hitachi. The Hitachian twins.
They're twins.
Completely identical and love to play Which One is Hikaru game.
Which one is Hikaru?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
they're so funny. And then, like, the
They're
part
little
that...
devils.
So, like, in the Oran High School Host Club, they're, like, the guys, and they fawn over each other. So, like, the girls are like, oh, my God. And, you're like, there's hearts around the girls, and they're like, oh, my God. Well, Hikaru... Oh, my
It's
God.
a
They're,
host
like...
club.
They're, like... They have the brotherly love, and so it's like, one of them, he's like, I told you not to tell that story, and he goes, but you were just so cute, and it's like, oh.
And then they make up like they're brothers and oh my god.
But it's just funny because like the main character in that show, she.
He, she.
Well, it's a girl and she doesn't really care about her gender, but
So-
she dresses up as a guy
Because
for certain reasons. If you watch it,
Yeah. So,
And-
good job.
oh, I'm not gonna spoil it all the way. And so anyway, they
More
like.
spoiler alerts.
Yeah, more spoiler.
They boil
So
They
many.
like kind of tease her because they're just like twins and they get what they want by teasing her.
Like I said, little devils.
Yeah, they're like little. Except when there's girls and they're doing what the club's
Acting.
supposed to be doing. Yeah,
Host club.
which is fawning over each other.
Oh, okay. So we've spent now 24 minutes talking about anime. I'm not
We
sure
could
I
go
know.
forever.
I'm still not sure I know what's going on. So we might have to do another
part
part
two.
two of the
Follow-up?
podcast, like a follow-up
yeah, and I
podcast.
think the next one we should probably talk about what anime is beside separate from cartoon, like what makes it its own.
We can totally do that. The distinct reason that it's anime as opposed to just another cartoon.
Drawings.
Once again, I want to thank it's Maddie and Ayla from the Teen Center doing this one. You guys did a good job. What I want to do is I'm going to start doing this at the end of every podcast. I'm just going to give you guys like 30 seconds, and only 30 seconds, to basically say whatever you want. Just whatever. It's like you can shout out. You can you can spread a rumor. You can tell everybody what's going on in the Teen Center.
Spread a rumor. Because everyone loves to do that.
Yeah, who's the hot couple of the Teen Center? Hey, everybody, listen up. Whatever you guys want.
You're not gonna say anything.
I'm just gonna sit back.
Definitely. Mm-hmm, yeah.
Oh, you got that? You got that?
I got that.
So,
no, you say it.
No, I can't say that. Oh my.
So I'm gonna start with Maddie. Actually, I'm gonna let you. So you're gonna have 30 seconds starting right now. Go.
Well, anybody who's listening needs to watch anime or at least try it. Read the manga. It's at like any library. You need to watch the anime. It's on Netflix. If you're one of those who just sticks to English, Japanese is fun. Subtitles are awesome. Everybody, I think, should watch anime. But I mean, it's amazing. Sword Art Online is the best.
Oh, look at that! You even with 6 seconds. All right, Ayla, 30 seconds. The floor is yours. What do you want to say?
Okay. I know a lot of people are like otaku haters, and otaku is like Japanese for anime nerd. But otakus are awesome. You shouldn't judge them for anything, because we just like what we like. You can't judge us for that. And also, everyone should at least try anime. At least try it. I know it's not for everyone, but try it. It's awesome. And like, for real.
Oh, you had 2 seconds left. No more time.
2 seconds.
Darn.
All
right, so
what were you
once again, guys, thanks for doing this. We'll do a follow-up podcast on, what makes anime distinct, what makes it different, why it's not just any other cartoon. We'll talk more of the details as opposed to fan favorites and least favorites and things like that. Thanks for listening, and we hope you guys enjoyed the BGTC podcast.